it shows you why he feels like that, because he's with a woman.
It doesn't show you anything. You don't really know them.
Yo, can I talk? Like, God damn. I just feel like you
I'm responding.
I told you, Kayla.
Like, y'all got it.
I told you he was gonna do that.
I've barely spoken this whole show, Illa. So what are you doing?
I told you he was gonna do that.
Y'all got it.
All right. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Steve Harvey is the most credible when it comes to talking about relationships, because it's obvious who his fan base and who his market is. And it's a certain demographic of black women. So he's going to say whatever he needs to say to keep her attention and keep that money coming in. So I don't really take what he says seriously. You know what I mean? He's a funny guy. You know what I mean? One of the kings of comedy. But when it comes to relationships, I just don't take him seriously. There's no man that's going to tell women to think like a man, act like a woman. I can never take serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to question the source.
Would you say he's traditional?
Do I think
would you say he's traditional in the way that he thinks, as far as wanting to 100% take care of his woman?
I mean, traditional only matters if everything is traditional.
I don't mean if it matter. I mean, would you say he's traditional?
I mean, he's picking traditional, but I don't think he got a traditional woman. You know what I'm saying? So he can.
But no, I'm saying the mindset, because if we can say most.
I mean, it's obvious.
He just said his wife has always been taken care of. She never worked.
I mean, his wife,
and then say she's not traditional. Isn't that traditional?
No,
it's not traditional.
It's not traditional. I don't think a traditional woman would be with a drug dealer. I don't think.
What does a man's occupation have to do with if she's traditional or not?
Like I said, I don't think
it's lots of people committing tax evasion that you know right now that are criminals. What does that have to do with if their wife is traditional or not?
Like I said,
she don't work. She stay at home. She take care of her kids. That's what traditional women do.
I mean, listen, I don't think a traditional woman would want to be with a man who's a kingpin. Just like I don't think a traditional man would want to be with a stripper. So if you're going to have traditional,
Marjorie earns her own money. Let me set the record straight. Marjorie earns her own money.
Like I was saying, I don't think a traditional.
I didn't mean to derail it, Trill. I was just saying, like earlier, the last topic, everybody agreed that a man creating, you know what I'm saying, taking care of a woman 100% with traditional. So I'm trying to figure out what's the difference in Steve Harvey, if he's, regardless of what we think of his wife or him, the action in itself, would we deem that as traditional? So that's just what I was trying to think, because the previous topic,
or what her past from 20 years ago has to do with.
Especially if you now. Past, especially
I mean, because it shows you why he feels like that, because he's with a woman.
It doesn't show you anything. You don't really know them.
Yo, can I talk? Like, God damn. I just feel like you
I'm responding.
I told you, Kayla.
Y'all got it.
I told you he was gonna do that.
I've barely spoken this whole show, Illa. So what are you doing?
I told you he was gonna do that.
Y'all got it.
All right. Hold on. Let's gather ourselves. Let's reel it in. Look, old face. Let's reel it in and gather ourselves. Kayla, we're gonna get your reaction to this video. Steve Harvey had a lot of polarizing things to say. What was your initial thoughts when you seen it?
I don't think that what he said was polarizing. I think that it's traditional, and I think that often people who are nowhere near certain people positions say that they're not qualified to speak on it. Like, tons of people will say, "Oh, Jordan Poole, he played horrible last night. He was terrible." But half of you niggas could never be Jordan Poole. Okay, half of y'all could not do what he did and never will. But he was trash. But those last two shots were trash. Let's be honest. But overall, like, that being my example, I don't understand how we're saying someone like Steve Harvey is incredible, someone that's been married multiple times, who's had to understand what marriage is really about, who's gone through the ups, gone through the downs, came from nothing, cracked the code that a lot of y'all haven't, still trying to figure it out, right?
Bitch.
Okay. So I don't really get that whole he's not credible thing. I think Steve has always tried to help women. If you've ever watched the show, he's always tried to help women understand men and understand how they think. But yeah, I think his perspective just came from traditional. I mean, If you are that guy that every man swears he is, I'm that guy, I make 6 figures, I do all this, I'm that guy. But they're worried about what their woman brings to the table. Why are you pursuing a woman who you're not sure of her value? Why are you calling her? Why are you texting her? Why are you trying to get with a woman that you don't know what her value is? You're pursuing her and then asking her what value she has. Shouldn't you know? If you're going after her, shouldn't you know? If you asked her to marry you, you should know what value she brings. You should already know that. So to me, it doesn't make any sense to chase a woman, to pursue a woman, to court a woman, blah, 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 and then ask her, well, what value do you bring? It's literally asinine to me, for real. But yeah, I don't think what he said was polarizing at all. I think most traditional men take care of their wives. That's what traditional men do. And there are people that are traditional, people that aren't. And it's simple as that. You either are or you're not. Whichever is fine. But I don't see an issue with anything he said.
All right. So I guess I go ahead and give my take. I feel like, well, for one, I'm not a traditional man. I'm a hybrid, and I claim that proudly. I like to pull certain things from tradition, but you know the times we living in and this mindset, you know, in general, and the area in which I was born, kind of contributes to me being kind of right in the middle of that, you know, phase. So my beliefs don't necessarily align with his. So when I first heard what he said, I'm like, no, OG, I hear you, and I respect the area you came from, and you know, I respect the mindset. But do I agree with it? No. A woman definitely needs to bring more than just being a woman to the table. Just like I spoke about earlier, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I feel like men need to be a bit more demanding when it comes to what woman, you know, how much money a woman is bringing to a relationship, these things. And I don't feel like that he should feel guilty for that. I think, you know, if you need her money to sustain your lifestyle, then yes, you should definitely feel guilty about that. But it's nothing wrong with requiring a certain amount from a woman. It's nothing wrong with requiring anything from a woman. We done got into the era in which, like, it's literally like if you say you require anything from a woman, you getting your head bit off. And it's just like, I don't agree with that notion. I don't. But one thing that I was just taken aback about was the amount of pushback that Steve got from a lot of men in this space. Because, and the reason being, if you sit on any of these panels long enough, you'll hear things such as, I don't care how much money a woman brings. I don't care how much money a woman makes. I'll marry a McDonald's cashier. I'll marry a Walmart greeter. You know what I'm saying? If she looks good and she has the 5 F's, the fit, feminine, friendly, crowd, all that little bullshit they be talking about, right? If the woman has those things, I'll take her. It don't matter what she brings, right? So what Steve is saying is, hey, why are you worried about what the woman brings? As a man, you should be providing the infrastructure to be able to take care of that woman. And again, if your beliefs on one side is, I don't give a damn what she make, I don't give a damn none of that. I want her to be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and all that other shit that they name. Why is there so much pushback with what he said? He's saying the exact same thing. He's saying that it shouldn't matter what a woman makes because I'm going to take care of you anyway when I get you here. You're going to be a traditional woman, and I'm an alpha male. You hear a lot of men in these spaces. I'm an alpha. I'm that dude. I'm this. I'm that. And then when it comes time to when that scenario is presented, then it's pushback to it. I don't understand. Niggas should be agreeing with that. If in terms of like if that's the kind of person you claim you are, like I said, I'm a hybrid. I don't believe in that shit. But if that's how you run your situation, or if that's your beliefs, I'm alpha. I take care of the woman. Don't matter what she make. My money is this, and you know, blah 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 blah. She can do what she want to do with her money. Then them niggas should agree with what Steve said. That's my only issue.